Check, check. Check.
One, two, one, two. Sasa ndio. By the way, inafaa alafu sasa tuone sasa kufanya itakuwa. Acha reload sasa tuone. Alafu sasa tuone sasa kufanya itakuwa. Lazima ilete echo ini. So nataka nifanye hivi, nataka niende back to the other one. Tulikuwa huku, tulikuwa does it mean so nataka nifanye hivi, niende kwa videos niondoe zile kwa live videos ama niendelee kwa simu. So kuna ile yenye kama hii inafaa manage videos. Okay, niende kwa live. Ya kwanza nifanye hivi, just selective you tutabiri to where is the place ya kuondoa ile mangaba. We delete this. I understand. Sasa hii nikikliki pages, this one kuja hapa, nienda hapa public, unajua tena live direct, I think so. Sawa, so wacha ni ngoje nione how will it behave. Sawa, hebu ingia za uone usikie fanye iko. In the next 1 second itakuwa on. In the next 1 second itakuwa on. So welcome all. So welcome all. Let me invite people so that we can proceed. If you join, please, and you can hear me very well, just confirm that you can hear me so that we can move on very well. Thank you and welcome. Let me invite my people. Kuna watu wananiambianga before you go live, make sure you send us a text. Let me invite them. Yeah, I can see some people are already in. Please welcome and confirm to me that you can hear me. Welcome. Those who are getting in right now. Kalum Church, can you hear me well? Kaluma, how is my audio, my sister? I'm waiting to hear from you. How is my audio? Can you hear me? Someone to confirm that you can hear me very well. Also tell us where you are following us from so that we can start our show. It's only going to take 40 minutes. By around 9 we will be done. Karibuni. And also don't forget to invite somebody. Invite your friend, your neighbor, your enemy, your parents, your siblings. Invite them for a talk today. Yes, at least someone has just confirmed to me that she can hear me all the way from Kapcherop, Elgeyo Marakwet. So at least we have one person from Kapcherop, from Elgeyo Marakwet County. Any other person who can hear me very clear, just confirm to me that I'm audible enough before we start our discussion. And our discussion today, as you can see from the description, is that I've written this. I've said that no matter what you go through in life, no matter what happens in life, life remains to be very beautiful. There are many challenges, there are many problems, there are many ups, there are many downs. But what I'm saying is that no matter what you go through, life is still beautiful. Those who are joining us, you always know the order. First, do this. Tell us where you are joining us from, and we will be very happy. Dr. Nelisa, my constant and daily, anytime I go live, Dr. Nelisa, you are always with me. Thank you so much, all the way from Thika. I'm grateful. Dr. Nelsa, sijasahau ya kwamba inafaa ukuje utuongeleshe. I will come to Thika ama you come to Limuru, but I'm happy that you are with me. So we are about to start, and as I've said, my topic is no matter what you go through, no matter what happens that seems to be negative, life is still beautiful. Now, anywhere you go, either in Kenya or outside Kenya, whether in Africa or outside Africa, you will find people who are not satisfied with life. You will find people with a lot of problems. You will find people having so many challenges. I mean, there is no person in this life who is 100% satisfied with what they have. There are so many problems which, problems sometimes can be categorized as individual, or they can be family problems, they can be a country problems. I realized I have followers from different countries. So, for example, in my country, Kenya, we have a problem, unemployment, it's a problem in Kenya. We have corruption, which is a problem in Kenya. The problems we have will vary with another country. Just like the problems I have would vary from the problems somebody else is having. For example, for the last maybe 5 minutes, we had a problem together with my videographer, and the problem was trying to manage the sound system. That's why when I was starting the show, I was asking most of you whether you can hear me. That was the immediate problem I had. Now, I was reading a book on philosophy, and there was a clause that actually captured my attention. This clause was saying that when a problem is possessed by very many people, it will stop being a problem. I don't know whether you have heard what I've said. My brother Donald Mayo, you are following me from Turkana. Nelisa amesema I will come. By the way, I think I will be very happy. Kafai Christine, you are my daily follower, is saying she can hear me from Kajiado. The sound is very clear. Thank you. Daniel Munyao, I know Daniel from Machakos, a good friend of mine. Then from Qatar, Naomi Kihara. The day you will land in Kenya, I'll come for you at the airport. Now, I'm saying this, and my disclaimer is this: that if you are suffering from a problem and you realize that the problem you have is possessed by everybody, it stops being a problem. For example, if the challenge you are going through is that you are not employed, then you meet with 10 other people who are not employed, you will realize that you don't have a problem. And these problems that we have, they vary in terms of levels. I will explain it to you very well. For example, sometimes someone comes to you to ask you for a favor and explains to you the problems he or she is having. Then when you start explaining your own problems to that particular person, then the person will realize that he doesn't have a problem just from listening to your problems. Now, but if you realize that whatever the problem you have, you are the only one having that problem, then you will feel bad and it's now a major problem. Look at this. And I'm sorry to use this. I'm not saying, okay, we have these people, we call them the albino. The good people, there's no problem with them. Now, the first time someone realized that he or she is an albino, he thought maybe I have a very, very big problem. But the moment he realized again, there are many other people like him, like her, then it was no longer a problem. Somebody was telling me that, do you know the joy of maybe, that these people like me, I'm not saying it's a problem. Being black is not a problem. I don't know why. We are Africans, we deserve to be black. Now, if you meet another person who is blacker than you, you will feel happy. Or someone who is short. Anafurahia sana akikutana na mtu mwingine mwenye ako short. It stops being a problem. When you are very broke and you meet with someone who is broke like you, none of you has money, then it stops being a problem. Why am I saying this? No matter what you go through, life is still beautiful. How? Because what you are going through, you are not the only one going through. Very many people, yes, very many countries, very many individuals are having the same issue, only that some of them do not share. Allow me to recognize the following. Christopher Mbondo, I think I've heard you many times and I'm very happy for you. From Kakamega. Very nice mwalimu, thank you. Kipton Cyrus, thank you. From Savannah. Hey, I don't know who is Savannah Kipton. The last time I left you, we were with you in Machakos. Pado uko Machakos, Cyrus. Kateo Masila tuned in. Purity Kemboy from Kenyatta University. By the way, Purity, salami watu wa Kenyatta sana. Waambie ambassador na wasalimia. Tony Mwema, thank you. Hilda Langat watching from Kericho, thank you Hilda. And Elia Sang from Kwafonza. By the way, 60% of my followers comes from Kitui. One day I will go to Kitui and say hi to them. So we are still moving on with our discussion that no matter what you go through, life is still beautiful. I was just trying to think what could be some of the problems people undergoing. I started my topic by saying that if you go to any part of the world, you will always meet people who are not satisfied with life. You will always meet people who are always complaining about something in their life. Like for me right now, if you come to me, I have something to complain about. And the same thing I'm complaining about, somebody else is also complaining about. But since I realized that no matter what happens, life is still beautiful, I will tell you where I do this from. Now, some of the problems that people go through is, one, which is the main problem, is sickness. Some people are very sick, and their problem is sickness. Some people, their problem is money. Not that they have much, they don't have. And if you pay a pesa, they will be, okay. Some people, they want power. Some people, they want love. Some people, their problem is studies. And anashanga, how will I pass my exam? That is their problem. Some people, their problem is attention. They want attention. Attention from their loved ones, from their parents, from their brothers. From the people surrounding them. That's their problem. No matter how hard you will try to deny, we all want attention. Like right now, I want attention from you in my channel. I want attention of you to listen to me. It's also my problem. Some are struggling with poverty. Some are struggling with mental issues. Some are homeless and they are looking for a place to stay. Some are hungry, they want food. Some are undergoing violence at their home places or at their country or at where they stay. Like where I come from. I'm not saying it's a problem, but sometimes banditry is a problem. It's not a personal problem, but it's a community problem. Those who are in, kindly share with me this link to very many people. I want to see those who are following us live being more than at least a big number. I will be very happy. I'm still mentioning some of the problems we go through in daily life. Some, their families have just broken down, and their problem is, how will I bring my family back? The wife has gone or the husband has left. The family is not just adding up. That is their problem. Some people are undergoing racism. Maybe they are outside the country, they are away from the country, they're just undergoing, they really want to be owned. Like if you're in Africa, there is no African who will not love you because you're black. But if you're in other countries, they might, sometimes there is that racism. So it's a problem to somebody somewhere. Somebody is lonely or is undergoing through loneliness, isolation. It's a problem. You will tell me some of the problems and maybe in Mesahau. Some people are missing food, some are missing water, there are very many things. Kuna mtu mahali ukipea nguo, shida yake tu kubwa ilikuwa ni kupata nguo. Mwingine anangangana na deadline. Sasa ukimwambia what's your biggest problem? I'm trying to meet with a deadline. I was with a friend a few minutes ago and ananiambia tomorrow I'm supposed to meet a deadline. Yes, 3 submissions. It's a problem. Mwingine is struggling with acceptance. It's a problem. And very many other problems that we go through. Can I say this? Read my descriptions. No matter what you go through, no matter what happens, life is still beautiful. I updated some few minutes ago in my WhatsApp status in the Kasema. There is something I was saying this. I say this, that the mystery of human existence is not just in staying alive, but in finding something to live for. Whether you are going through these problems, whether you are jobless, whether I've mentioned very many problems that in one way or the other we may be going through. Someone may be going through 3 of them, 4 of them, but I'm quite sure there's a problem you're going through. And I'm here to tell you, the problem you are going through is not unique. The problem you're going through is being, many people are going through that particular problem. But in all this, find a way to beautify life. Find a way to make life beautiful. Listen to, there's a book I was reading, and I think I will just go direct to that particular page. I hope I will get it. I always love reading books. All these are waiting for me. This is all the ikona order ya kusoma. So if you want to come to my place, at least you will not miss something to read. Now, I just want to take you through this. It's just a page. I will not stay too much. I will just read for you this page. It's a page that actually prompted me. Now, there's a person called Peter who had already passed the half century mark in his life. Half century, how many years? I don't know. Now, I'll pass Peter your half century. I think the 50 years into half century. He had suffered several setbacks at his workplace that day. The day had become exhausting, and he had complained repeatedly to his boss and his companions. As he went home, he saw an attractive young woman with golden hair traveling in a car. She seemed so happy and full of life. However, when she got out of the car, she could not hide the fact that she had lost a leg. She was so happy, but Peter didn't know. Now, when the lady got out of the car, she did not hide the fact that, or she was just happy despite the fact that she didn't have one leg. In spite of this, she smiled as she got out of the car. Then Peter said to himself, to think that I have spent the whole day complaining, even though I have both legs and I am in good health. You see now, kwanza ameanza kujihurumia. Yeye ametoka kwa kazi, amecomplain because of the work. Remember the work Peter is complaining about. Kuna mtu mahali anasema hata nikipewa kazi ya day and night I will do it. Now he's complaining, but he met with a lady who was so happy and doesn't have one leg. Now, Peter started questioning about why he's not happy. Let's continue. Sometime later, he went to a kiosk to buy some candy. I don't know what is candy, but let's continue. And the young man who was selling it seemed charming. He seemed so content that he stayed there talking to him for a while. You know, the man was so charming and Peter was so happy talking to him. When he left, the young man said to him, "Thank you for your words, sir. I don't know if you noticed that I'm blind." Another setback to Peter. Remember, he was complaining during the day. Now, at first, amekutana na a lady who doesn't have one leg. And Peter was like, why am I complaining? The lady is so happy. Number two, now he's meeting with somebody who is selling a shop or who is selling some things there. And Peter made some discussion. They talked. But when Peter was leaving, the person asked him, "Thank you for your time, but did you realize I'm blind?" Now Peter is like, hey, this guy is so happy, doing well, talking, taking life easy. Hey, and Peter whispered emotionally to himself, "Dear God, forgive me for having complained." Sometimes we complain like Peter. But when you walk around, you realize that life is beautiful. Now, look at this lady. Look at this man who is blind. The lady has or lost one leg, but very happy. Now, Peter, who is full of himself, the only problem he had was, the day was so tiresome. He had so many setbacks during that day. He had a deadline to beat. Is that a problem? Now, look at the real problems. Someone is blind. Someone doesn't have a leg. Let me continue. So Peter whispered emotionally to himself, "Dear God, forgive me for having complained so much. I see so well with both eyes, and this young man is happy in spite of not being able to see anything." That's where I will get my discussion. Let me talk to the following. Gilbert Kirui was my high school friend, tuned in from Northeastern. That's Gilbert. I left you in Nakuru. na umejipeleka ama ulijipeleka ama ulipelekwa Protestant. Samuel Kariuki is a friend of mine, a parent to my school. Tumetoka mbali naye. Thank you sir for always finding time in your busy schedule to join my life lessons. Kafai Christine is teaching me, and ananiambia century is 100 years. So this Peter had gone past 50 years then. So ngoja wewe Christine hapo kidogo, ngoja wewe century ni umeandika 1000 1 na 0 start, so hiyo ni 1000. Hapana bwana, we need to make correction here. Victor Tisho, by the way, Victor is a friend of mine. He's also running some shows. If you find time in your very busy schedule, kindly follow Victor Tisho. He also has very nice stuff there, here and there. Now, I'm still waiting for Kafai Christine. Kuna mahali kidogo, there's a bond we need to break. Hebu niambie. Anyway, mimi kwanza kilikuwa nimechanganyikiwa, lakini sasa I think umenichanganya zaidi. Viola Terrer from Nakuru, thank you so much. Now, let's continue. We are still talking about Peter. You know, Peter was complaining in the morning, like, you know, my day is not good, my day is not working so well. Now he has met with a woman with no leg. Again, he's meeting with a man who is blind. You know, and the two of them, he just met, they were so happy. So anashanga, why did I even have to complain? Why did I, you know, he had to tell God, forgive me, you know, forgive me for having a complaint. Now, let's continue. So he said, I see so well with both eyes, and this young man is happy in spite of not being able to see anything. When he got close to his home, he saw a group of children. Now I'm able to escape here. When he got close to his home, he saw a group of children who were playing, and a few meters away from them was one who just watched the others play. Our friend wanted to ask him why he was not playing with his friends, but the child just sat there without saying a word. He was deaf. You see? Now this one is watching the others while playing. Why? He was deaf. After an affectionate wave, Peter continued on his way, saying to himself, Lord, I thank you because I can hear. Help me to control my complaining spirit. Now, let me ask you this question. Is it true? Thank you, Christine. In fact, I was 100% sure that you wanted to write 100. Ikajiandika ikaenda 1000. So a century is 100 years. There's a comment there which I will read after this. Now, is it true, or isn't it true, that something similar has happened to you sometime? Have you ever complained because of the problems you have, but once you meet with someone with the real problems, now you wonder why you're complaining? Sometimes we complain of being sick, but we realize that there are some people, maybe you are sick because of malaria, something we are sure that we can treat. Some people are suffering from actual or chronic diseases, which they have been told by the doctor that you will stay with this sickness for the rest of your life. Now, they have to accept the fact from the doctor, and they're living happily. They have accepted that, and they're living a happy life. They're not complaining. There are people it's okay now. friend of mine again, Enoch, is saying that we cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. Yeah, I will come back to that one in some few minutes. Sorry for the small error. I hope you can still hear me. Larry Gaio, though you have lied, can you hear me? Yeah, after that short break, yeah, can you hear me? So my issue is this, or my concern, or my discussion is this. In fact, we are not going. We still have a few minutes before we end this. We always love complaining. Even me today, I'm quite sure there's somewhere I complained before the day ends. But my complaints, since I started learning and reading this, is that the complaints we have are not complaints to somebody. Actually, there are many people who always, who are my friends, and they come to me, we discuss on 1 to 3. They tell me their problems, I tell them that yours are not problems. I'm waiting to hear from someone that my audio is well. You know, I had a small disruption kidogo. Okay, sawa. Yeah, amesema loud and clear, thank you. Now, the picture will come, and I think it has come, Madam Christine. I think it's there right now. Yeah. So sometimes people come to me, we talk, we have a discussion, they tell me that there are problems, and the only way to counter them, or just, you cannot solve a problem. Actually, there are problems we can solve, there are problems we cannot solve. Like the way Enoch has just said. But when I explain to you my problems, or when someone else explains to you the problems, you realize that yours are not problems. And if they are problems, they are manageable, they are small. The other problem that I realized that it can be so disturbing. It's just one day talk with somebody who has a case in the court. Akona kesi kotini. Kesi yenye ajui kama atafungwa, ajui kama atalipa fine, ajui anything. It's a problem. Na wewe umekaa hapo ukisema your problem is unemployment. I mean, when you try to compare the problems that people go through, some of them are not problems. Can you compare unemployment to sickness? You cannot. Yet all of them are problems. But what, I don't know how, unless someone will tell me. I don't know how. But in my own way, I know how I go about it. Find the beauty of life in whichever way, in whatever way, despite the problems you are going through. And I say that most of the times, if you share, if you talk with people, you realize that you have very few problems. Now, we are going to the end of the part, and I would like to get the following comments from you, those who are on, those who are following us. How do you find beauty in life despite the problems? And how do you convince somebody, like right now, I want to convince you to find the beauty of life despite the problems you're going through. Somebody has just been sacked today from the job, and you are telling that person to find the beauty of life. Somebody today, ameenda interview, amefukuzwa, ameambiwa wewe tutakuita siku nyingine, hiyo ni kufukuzwa. Someone right now has nothing to take for the supper. Someone right now has nowhere to sleep. Someone right now, has just lost a loved one. A lot of many problems. How do you find beauty in the life despite the problems? Nikipata comments kama 3 ya kusomea ndio nikimalizia. I will be happy. But overall, this is what I have to say. That the moment you realize that your problems, there are other problems greater than yours, the moment you realize that where you are in life, somebody else is wishing to be where you are. I used to think that I'm still far in life until some people were telling me, I really wish I was where you are. In fact, I will just be contented. I will, be thanking God. Then I realized, what is this that you're talking about? Someone told me you are a step ahead. You are doing this and this. I mean, I just wish I was where you are. So I stopped complaining. Someone challenged me and told me, let's imagine we exchange life. You come where I am, you come where I am, I come where you are. Then I realized I will have a problem now. When he comes where I am and I go where he is, I will have a problem. So actually, we may not be contented if we don't ask for the spirit of contentment, because actually we need to be contented. If we avoid the following comparisons, I want to be like this and this, I want to be like, it kills joy. Just be yourself. Try to, work hard. Whatever you can solve it. Whatever you cannot, we don't have a control over it. We cannot say anything on the same. Yeah. So, one thing again that you need to know is that we all go through problems. And all the problems that we go through, somebody else is going through. Na kuna hata mtu ameassume problem hiyo. Wewe unajisumbua tu ati hauna nini, hiyo maneno yote. Kuna mwenye ameangalia problem na akaimeka assumption on the problem na akaienda. Yeah. Some problems are not problems. In fact, there is a video. If you go through my videos, there is somewhere I was giving a story, and I say that some problems are not problems. So some problems you just give it time, and the problems will run away from you. The problems will even just like ice will just either yeyuka and will not be there. Like I give this story of a servant of a king who in one way he wronged the king. So the king will say that I'm going to kill this particular servant. Now the problem to this servant was now he was going to be killed, and he said, okay, I'm going to be killed, but before I'm being killed, let me talk to the king for a minute. And he told the king that you will kill me, you will hang me, there's no problem, but before you hang me, let me do this one thing for you. Let me teach your horse how to speak. And the king was like, how can the horse speak? How can the horse communicate? Or how can the horse talk? The king told him, I'm giving you how many years? I think he gave him like 2 years. The 2 years that the king was given, the king gave to this person 2 years to go and teach the horse how to talk. But before that, man came and asked him, how is it possible that you want to teach the horse how to speak? Will that be possible? And the man said, my issue is not about the horse speaking. My issue is time. I'm given 2 years to teach the horse how to speak. In the 2 years, my problem can be solved. It may not be solved, but he said the problem can be solved. How? The king can change his mind and stopped pursuing me to kill me. The second option, the king can even die before the 2 years end and I will be free. The third option is, he said, who knows, maybe the horse can speak or the horse can talk. So in life, we just give it time. The problems you have, I don't know. We have so many problems that I've mentioned, but I'm saying this, give it time. Some of them do not require your attention. Some of them do not require your strength. Some of them do not require all the things you're talking about. Some of them requires your silence, and the problems will end. In summary, let me summarize what I've said. That in life, some of the complaints we have or some of the problems we go through are not actual problems. They are just small issues which, when you walk around the world, you will realize that there are serious problems. There are serious problems that you will see you as not problems. In fact, as you grow, whatever was my problem 5 years ago are not my problems now. Even if I'm going to do the same, they are not problems. Maybe right now your problem is that so and so is not talking to you. 1 year to come, you will realize, and why was I so mad? And so was not talking to me. The 5 years to come, the same person may not be talking to you, but not a problem to you. So some of the things, as we grow in levels, they stop being problems. They stop being a bother. They stop being to us. Why? Because you will have grown, you will have learned, you will have seen many problems. Also, learn to be sharing your problems with somebody. Not for that person to help you, for that person again to realize that problems are all over and they are not for one person. They are everywhere. Otherwise, I want to end there. I want to challenge you, and I want, you've always been supporting me. I know all of you are very busy people, but you've created time in your very busy schedule to tune in to Ambassador Foundation. I want to challenge you, and I will be very happy today. Invite 5 people, invite 10 people, invite whatever you are able to invite to our show. Every Thursday we shall be meeting here for a discussion. Today we are talking about no matter what you go through, life is still beautiful. Next week we shall be discussing about something else, or sometimes we have some videos we send there. Find time in your very busy schedule to watch over us, to watch and follow our channel. I'm happy for always being there for me. I'm happy for always who are always there. Some of you even when I don't have a show, because sometimes I'm held up so much, they text me and tell me, where are you? We are not seeing you. But I have so many videos you can still be watching during your free time. Otherwise, I don't have much. I want to mention God's blessing upon you, upon your family, and the problems that you are seeing as problems, may God give you strength so that you don't perceive them as problems again, but as normal thing that we must dream over in this life. Thank you. See you next Thursday.